Have you ever felt that you can't communicate around people or you can't talk around people, mostly if they're new faces? Some people call it anxiety. Some people call it that you're afraid of groups. Some people say they're afraid of even big crowds. People say that is social anxiety. You cannot interact with people. Many times you even lose focus or attention. Supposedly, let's assume you're going to give a speech or you're being introduced to say your name. I've seen people who went completely dark. They could not even utter any word. Like that being told, introduce yourself, and they're like, even the points they had crammed just disappeared to the thin air. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, because here I'm going to give you the 7 most tips and crucial mistakes people make when it comes to social attention or social gathering where they're supposed to communicate or to make them interact with people. Welcome. My name is Kunguru87, and if it's your first time to come here at the Survive Event series, kindly don't forget to subscribe and like this particular page and turn on that notification button. We'll really appreciate. So, what is social anxiety? This is where you cannot even construct a sentence in front of people. Like, for example, there's some people who are shy of the camera. They cannot even look at the camera and even say 2 words without them saying, many times you find some people can have even camera shy. I've heard of people say, I don't like photos, I'm camera shy. No, it is because you're not aware of yourself. You're not ready to come out of that particular box that you're in to just communicate to the people and speak your mind. So, number one, the mistake people say is that they're supposed to do what you call avoiding social situations. Many times they avoid any particular point where they'll be told either to present something, to speak about something, even to or to perform a certain task. Many times they just like being in the middle of some groups. And if you find yourself that you're usually not even in front, not even behind, but in the middle, you're always deviating. It's a family gathering and you're just inside there but you're very good. We call them keyboard warriors. Just know you have a problem with speaking or talking into a number of people or in front of a big group. Another thing that people do is they overthink too much. If you're an overthinker, you find yourself, it's a small situation, but you keep on thinking, what are they going to say about me? What if I don't deliver the message? What if I say a wrong thing? What if I try to crack a joke and these people cannot feel the joke? What if I try to bring humor and these people are just looking? Yes, there's always what we call a first time a situation, a first time period. Yes, you'll mess up, you'll say the bad words, you'll stand wrongly, you'll end up sweating, you'll end up even feeling like you're running out of water, like myself. You'll want to drink a glass of water. But many times, what I do tell individuals, whatever you did yesterday, you'll definitely not repeat to do it today. So each and every time that you keep on appearing in front of people, presenting your case each and every day, is when you're sharpening your skills and the do's and the don'ts. Another point is you focus too much on yourself. People focus too much on yourself. They're like, no, I've not even worn the best clothes today. Recently, I had some friends of mine where we conduct a certain business, and they were like, no, I don't have the right clothing. They could have told us that we are going to this particular place. Now I can't go. I need to go put my hair. I need to go put my makeup. Ladies, you're the culprits at this point. Even some men nowadays, they tell you, I didn't wear the right shirt. It's social anxiety. You think of what people think about you. You're just focusing too much about yourself. You're like, you're thinking on behalf of people. I call you prophets and prophetess. Why even minding what people say about you? At the end of the day, that's you. That's the real you. Someone once said the best pictures are captured when you least expect them and when you've not even planned for them. Another point is trying to be perfect. No one is perfect. I ain't trying to be perfect at the end of the day. I'm just doing my own thing. You do me, you do yourself. I do me, you do yourself, and the vice versa. Don't try to be perfect. There's no one perfect in everything. There's that glitch where you might end up swallowing your tongue, or biting your tongue, the way people call it, or missing a certain line. But once you keep on doing it on a regular basis, one of these findings, you just find yourself, yes, you've deviated from the point or from the script, and you just picked something else and dived in. Another example I saw, for those who know Madia, every time, yes, he's the scripter, the director of most of his movies that he's doing, most of those live shows that he's doing, and each and every time he usually says that he's off script, but you wouldn't notice. So when you look at those recap or the behind the scenes, he tells you, can you guys imagine I went off script, but no one even picked it up. So don't try to be perfect. Do your own thing. Remember, some people who cannot utter words the way I'm even uttering. I've seen some people when they've gone in front of a mic like this and they just blabber some things, and I'm like, do you go and watch yourself later on when you're told, okay, like for example, tell us about yourself. You start telling us about your wife, you start telling us about your kids. No. When you're being asked, tell us about yourself, it is the professional in that particular juncture. If you've gone to apply for managerial posts, just stick to the managerial jobs you've done or the qualifications. Don't start telling us, I have a dog, I have a cat, etc., etc. Another thing is using safety behaviors. Using safety behaviors is like, no, so and so will represent in front of us. You keep on pushing people. You're playing safe. For example, they tell you that to speak about a certain subject, and because you know someone else is also in the room and they're good at public speaking, you also come and tell, oh, so and so will just present on that case. No, why don't you also present it? Make the mistake. Next time, I'm sure you would get that mistake. Or they tell you, we are going to such a meeting. That's when you're, I've got classes, or I've got a meeting, I'm supposed to meet with this individual, or I'm supposed to sleep tomorrow, I'm waking up early. Those are what you call you're trying hide and seek, because you're trying to avoid this conversation. You've been told that you're going to present into 3 people, or maybe a parents meeting, you're going to talk about something. Just take 2 or 3 points, elaborate them further. Those are alone are able to kill. Bring some humor. Let me tell you, many times people don't notice. When you're in the midst of people and you don't have points, use their facial expression, use the current situation that is happening to create humor and to gather their attention. Before you notice it, you should have taken 30-40 minutes. That alone is enough for your presentation in any social gathering. Another point is you compare yourself to others. Just because someone else has failed doesn't mean you'll also fail. Hey, the other person went there and they could not even hold a meeting. They could not even speak verbally or audibly that anyone could listen to them. Have you ever tried it out? Have you ever tried it out? Some people say that they have to take a script or a teleprompter for them to read something like mine. They can't, they don't have those fast or quick mastering skills of touching. You just feel something, want to, and it go by it. For example, someone tells you, talk about this class. Okay. Before you notice it, they've already formed a story. Don't always be that person where you tend to you think that someone else made something, but they made it wrongly. Now you want to perfect on, like you want to make it more perfect than the other person. No, do your thing. Remember, people of the internet, ladies and gentlemen, there's always that first time. There's always that first video you've done. There's always that first meeting you've held. There's always that first gathering you've attended to. There's always that first time you became an MC. If you check that first time versus this time, there's usually a big difference. Check all these social media influencers, these MCs. Check on the first time they started presenting. Each and every day they go acquiring each and every new skill they come and across. It is said that every single day is a learning day. We never stop learning until we're 6 feet under. Even those who are very good in being MCs, the top of the best in your country, there's a day they also like learning. And a good person or a good leader learns from those who are done, because there's something I don't know. There's something I know I don't know. So don't always compare yourself to others because someone else has failed. Now you think, oh, you know what? I'll also not do it. I don't want to fail like him. I don't want to be booed like him. No, that's not right. Last but not least is practicing real life interaction. Practice to talk with people. Interact with people in these social streets. Talk to individuals. When people are going to this forum, talk to these people. Engage with them. Even you're told, say hi to people. Say hi to people. Greet them. Throw 1 or 2 humor remarks there. Then just go. Before you notice, you start building confidence. I do tell a lot of people, when you've been told to go and present a story or a case in front of audience, and you feel like you're agitated, or you feel like for some instance your words may disappear into the thin air, try walking around. Try talking about the current situation. Just these topics. Avoid politics, avoid religion, avoid marriages. Just try and throw in something. Or if it's politics, just say something like, for example, currently in Kenya, where it's the political, what do you call, the campaign mood is starting. Just say something like, Mimi ndo Sifuna, or just say something like, power. Yeah? Just throw a few words before you notice it. Humor. You've already cracked the jokes. You've released that tension down. Because these people have never seen you in front of the camera. So there's some expectation they have. Yourself, you've never been in front of these people. So there's some expectation you have with them. Maybe they're your bosses in a corporate event. These are senior people in government offices. Don't go there and you're tight-lipped and you're like, every time I hear someone say, I shall know, oh my God, the points are gone. The points are gone. There's no one who will will kill you or judge you because you've taken a book and written your notes. Myself, I'm also reading from just key points, just notes a few key points here and there, and talk about them. Call to action. There's no single day anyone will be perfect. There's no single day anyone will come and tell you, you know what, that video you did was bad. Tell them to go and do theirs. So, ladies and gentlemen, people with the internet, be confident. There's always a first time for everything. People have said time and again, you have to start doing it so that you perfectionize, you sharpen your skills. For example, myself, when I started doing YouTube videos, my lighting wasn't good. Right now, my lighting is okay. What I'm now working on is a tripod stand, a few editing. Every day is a learning day. As you proceed, as you get to this street, you sharpen your skills. Don't be that person who, so and so made something and it failed. Now I also no. People of the internet, there's nothing like that. For those who are here for the first time, kindly a reminder, put it in the comment section, like and subscribe, and share out this channel. Let's catch up in the next video. Peace.